Hello, sports fans, and welcome to high school baseball. Today in Spring Lake Park, the Fridley Tigers in town to take on the Spring Lake Park Panthers here at Spring Lake Park High School. It's been an abbreviated season and will continue to be an abbreviated season here in the North Suburban Conference and beyond as these two teams get set with their starting lineups, national anthem, and then ready to play ball. And not a perfect day for baseball, but they're just ready to be playing here today. The national anthem straining through as we get set here on North Metro TV. J.W. Cox and the whole crew out here ready to see some sunshine and see some high school baseball here today. Fridley comes into this one with a record of 3-6. They're 0-4 in conference so far. The Panthers, they got off to a hot start this season, but now 4-5 and 1-4 in North Suburban Conference play. Headed into play today. It's been a compacted schedule, as I mentioned, with double-header days, different neutral site type games, and just getting games in wherever they can. It's been a good solid 2 weeks of games so far since winter finally broke and we got into the spring season here for baseball. You look at the defense that will be out there in the top of the first inning for the Panthers. Starts in center field with Sam Koss. He's flanked by Caleb Axelson and Aaron Murphy in left and right. Around the horn, third to first, Josh White, Justin Weber, Ryan Bratch, and Ryan Flink. And then the battery of Alex Etherton and Antonio Zepeda. Zepeda, the young catcher who kind of broke onto the scene last year to take some starting time, trying to work his way into another great season and off to a great start for the Panthers in his career. That's the Panther defense. It's out there. They'll be there in white here in the top of this first inning, all behind their pitcher Alex Etherton, and that's the lineup that he will face. Matt Dean will lead things off and play right field for Fridley. Brandon Hodson, the pitcher, will bat second. Noah Wiggins, the DH, bats third. Taylor Groth will play third and bat fourth. Zach Green will be the first baseman. He'll bat fifth. Alex Bly, the catcher, bats sixth. Josh Huna with the shortstop, and he'll bat seventh. Mitch Bernards will be the second baseman. Batting eighth and batting ninth will be Brian Sanchez for the Tigers. It's Noah Wiggins out in right field, not in the batting order. He'll be out there, and we'll introduce you to him defensively. The two coaches, Dan Nalepka for Fridley. He'll be down the third base line coaching his team, and it is Josh Mason yet again for the Spring Lake Park Panthers here at this facility that has had some money poured into it over the last few years. And it will be where Alex Etherton starts his game today. And the wind, we mentioned not an ideal day. That's because of the wind. It is whipping in from center field, but other than that, not too warm. Rather not too hot and not too cold. But that wind is certainly going to create some interesting situations blowing in straight at home plate. You see Coach Mason getting things ready there with his squad, as mentioned. Sitting at 4-5, they got off to a hot start once they finally did get to play this season. The Panthers won 3 of their first 4 games. Check that, won 2 of their first 2 games, that is, and then fell on some hard times. But since then, since getting into North Suburban Conference play, trying to work things out. And they'll try to continue to do that against Fridley here right now as we're going to get underway with high school boys baseball today on the on the North Suburban. In the North Suburban Conference on North Metro TV. Etherton, he'll wind and deliver on a first pitch to the right-handed hitting Matt Dean. Swings first pitch, grounds it right up the middle, third baseman. The only chance to get that over to first, not picked in time. So Matt Dean beats it out for an infield single. There's one on one pitch. And we are underway. Top of the first inning just underway at Spring Lake Park. An infield single for the Tigers. As the left-handed hitting Brandon Hodson stands in. Hodson will show to bunt. He will drop it down. Right back to the pitcher. Thought about second instead. Just fires to first. Sacrifice is good. It goes 1-3. And there's one down with a runner out there at second base. Daylight today. Small ball. Could be the best option for these teams. You get something up in the air, it's certainly not going to go very far, though could cause some problems for the fielders out there dealing with the wind as the number 3 hitter Pat Whalen stands in. He's the DH today, batting from the left side. The delivery taken by Etherton. That's the first pitch that's been taken in this game. It's up and away for ball 1. It's 1-0. Etherton working from the far first base side of the rubber. Sets with the glove at his face, looks back at second, delivers. It's flared out over the head of the shortstop and down into left center field for a base hit. They're going to spin the runner around third base. The play coming into the infield. Throw is too late. They've got the runner caught off of first base. The run scores. There's nobody there at first to get him in a rundown. So it'll be an RBI single for Pat Whalen, and it's 1-0 for the Fridley Tigers. Base hit, bunt, and now a single just blooped up and over the head of the shortstop. And that's how Fridley takes a lead here in the top of the first inning. Taylor Groth, the junior, will stand in, the third baseman, waiting for the right-handed delivery from Etherton. On the inside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. Etherton will throw over to first. Keep a close eye. The third place hitter, Pat Whalen. It's his RBI single that has it 1-0 here early going in this one. Ground ball sharply down towards third, and it eats up the third baseman, White. Trickles into left field. That was hard hit on one solid hop. So another single in this inning, a third base hit for the Tigers. And with one out, there's 2 on. Etherton trying to play his way through. The fifth place hitter, Zach Green, the first baseman, stands in. Another right-handed hitter after 3 straight lefties had been up there. Pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. North Metro TV action coming to you from Spring Lake Park. High school baseball on a windy day. In May, foul ball down towards third. Just skips out of play. Two on with one away. Strike 3 called, and Etherton gets a big first strikeout there for out number 2. So 2 down for Alex Bly, the catcher. Take a look at it. Etherton, good placement right there, right at the knees, running on the inside. And gets the benefit of strike 3 called. Spring Lake Park Panthers, back to the point we were making. They did win their first 3 games of the season. They lost 3 straight. Beat Blake. Their only other victory that broke up that 3-game losing streak. They've lost 2 since. Latest to Elk River last Saturday. Ground ball right side. Second baseman bobbles it up. Bratch picked it up again, throws it to first just in time. So just 1 run, but on 3 hits, and after 1/2, the Fridley Tigers made the most of their first at-bats, and they lead the Panthers 1-0. We take a look just before the bottom of the first inning. Take a look at the defense that will be out there for the Tigers. They just scored that run. Brian Sanchez, Matt Dean, Pat Whalen, left to right in the outfield. Third to first on the infield, Taylor Groth, Josh Huna, Mitch Bernards, and Zach Green. And then the battery of Alex Bly behind the plate and Brandon Hodson as the pitcher for the Fridley Tigers. Out there clad with the white pants and the gold shirts. They gave Brandon Hodson a run to work with. As he will continue his warm-ups. Will be Sam Koss, the center fielder, to lead things off and try and crack into that lead. He'll be followed by Aaron Murphy, the right fielder. And then Alex Etherton, the pitcher, batting third. Ryan Flink, the first baseman, batting fourth. Josh White, the third baseman, and the fifth place hitter. Josh Rowe will be batting sixth, that designated hitter. Caleb Axelson in left field. Antonio Zepeda, the catcher, and Ryan Bratch, the second baseman. It's Justin Weber who's the shortstop, not in the batting order, as we get ready for the bottom of the first inning. It was a single, RBI by Pat Whalen, the DH for Fridley. That drove home a leadoff single on the infield in this game. Windy day, but other than that, pretty much clear blue skies. Some cloud cover down low around the horizon. What a great day for baseball. And so it will be Koss, Murphy, and Etherton lead things off for the Panthers. Panthers, 2 of their wins this season, they've scored 11 runs, and they've done so in 5 innings to end those games early. Certainly a team that can break out and score some runs. They've got to at least get one back here to go back even. Left-handed Koss takes it down low for a ball. It's 1-0. Koss, the center fielder. No batting gloves as he faces down Brandon Hodson, the left-handed starter for Fridley. Takes his second pitch for a strike, and it's 1-1. Most of the Tigers out there, these 3 of them planning on, using those long sleeves, as there's a ground ball down towards short. Long throw over to first in time. Huna, a good play to retire Koss, speeding down the line. 6-3, and there's 1 away. The black long sleeves help cut some of the cool created by the wind. So you see Koss getting on top of that, running hard out of the box. Huna, though, didn't bobble it, took his time. Strong throw over to first. And a good stretch on the back end by Green as well. So to the right-hand side we go for the first time. Aaron Murphy takes on that inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. So they've scored some runs in a few games, but over the last pair of games, they've given up 20 runs. Make it 21, losing 6-5 and 15-14. Strike 2 taken, it's 0-2. Elk River, an early Saturday game. 15-14, back and forth they went. Foul tip on the 0-2, back to the on-deck circle. Alex Etherton, the pitcher, scoops it up. A run of scoring for the Panthers with the 11-run win, as that one's lashed out into center field. Playing shallow, the center fielder nearly had a sliding catch just in and out of his glove. So it'll be a single for Aaron Murphy. Valiant effort by Dean, who was not more than 15 feet out into the grass, so he had a chance at that sinking liner. And you see here, it's halfway in his glove. And he did just kind of trap it against the turf, and then he popped it right back out. I'll have to fix that pant leg. Made that diving play. So a runner on for the Panthers, trailing by 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Etherton now a chance to get his team back in it after he did allow the run on 3 singles in the first. Takes a strike. So the 11 runs, 5 runs in a loss, and 14 runs in a loss for the Panthers all came off their first time being shut out on the season. 4-0 to Irondale. Back on a Wednesday 2 weeks ago. Wednesday of last week, excuse me. Strike taken, it's 0-2. Etherton, the tall right-handed pitcher and hitter, looking out his left-handed counterpart, Hodson. Rips and fires, ground ball towards shortstop. Could be 2, they go to second for 1. The return throw to first, not in time. Just not hit hard enough. So they'll trade places. Etherton is safe on the fielder's choice. And you see it take a long time to get out to the shortstop, Huna. One hop right there on that dirt, slowed down a bit by the grass. He made the good turn, just no real chance to spin and get that body all the way around to get Etherton down the line. 6-4 on the putout at second base. Now the left-handed hitting first baseman Ryan Flink stands in. Takes his strike as Hodson continues to fire strikes early in the count. Not a lot of deep counts either way here through the first 5 outs, either for Fridley early on or for the Panthers in this half inning. Foul tip, strike 2, and it's 0-2. Strike three call. That looked to be running inside, if not a little bit high, but rung up is Ryan Flink, and a runner left on at first base by the Panthers. So after one full, Fridley with a 1-0 lead on the Spring Lake Park Panthers here on North Metro TV.
Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Back with you on North Metro TV at Spring Lake Park High School. J.W. Cox and the entire North Metro TV crew. With some Panther baseball, they're down one after one inning of play. Stranded a runner in their bottom half of the first inning after allowing 3 hits and a run in the first. So Alex Etherton grounded into a fielder's choice in his at-bat. Will now try and hold down the Tigers. Spent the better part of that first inning, bottom half of the first, talking about the scoring of the Panthers. For the Tigers, runs have been hard to come by over their last 5 games. They did get a 4-3 win. And that was their largest run total. That was at a tournament last Saturday. Their own tournament. 4-3 win over Mount Westonka. Lost 3-2 to Zimmerman. And the last time they scored more than 3 runs was back on the 2nd of May when they beat Minneapolis Washburn 9-8. Here, though, out to a 1-0 advantage. That's a first pitch strike is taken by the shortstop, Josh Huna, who's leading off the top of the 2nd. Etherton, a big swinging windup. Delivers. It's laced out towards right center field. Center fielder on the run, and Koss can't get there. Has to play it on a hop, so another leadoff single. Back-to-back innings, and that one got up into the wind and fought its way through, but died right before it could get out to Koss. Good piece of hitting. You see the bat head just getting out to the front of the plate on that one to get some contact and sail it into the outfield. And there's one on for the 8th place hitter, Mitch Bernards. Bunt again, just like the first inning, and a beauty that time. Etherton all the way towards the plate to field it. Does fire to first in time. The sacrifice again goes 1-3, and here we go with the small ball. It's like deja vu all over again. Beautiful bunt. Etherton the only one that could field it. He had to go a long way, and that gave Bernards a chance to get to first. But a solid play will get the out. And now Brian Sanchez will stand in, the left fielder. RBI opportunity. The 3rd hitter of an inning for the 2nd straight inning for the Tigers. Up high for a ball. It's 1-0. 2-1 through their first 3 games for the Fridley Tigers. And since then, they've lost 4 of 5. Spin and a near pickoff, but nobody home at second base to receive the thrower. They might have had Josh Huna creeping off. Of course, that would be why he was creeping off, because he knew there was nobody covering the bag. A 1-0 pitch. Make it a 2-0. On the way and down low for a ball. Now it's 2-0. Etherton with the runner at second. A quick check. Runner starts to take off, then stops. It's outside for ball 3. 3-0. Sanchez, the 9th place hitter. So the leadoff man, Dean, on deck. He's already 1 for 1. That's Huna out at second. Pitch taken for a strike all the way on the 3-0. It's 3-1. 3 straight losses in conference for Fridley before their tournament that took them out of conference play. It's taken on the outside corner for strike 2, and Etherton fighting his way all the way back into this count. Pitch swung on, but in the dirt and getting away. And that will allow the runner to advance all the way to third and the runner up to first base. It was actually ball 4 down in the dirt. He did swing, excuse me. Went all the way around, but reaching on the strikeout. And the wild pitch, so now there's runners on the corners. The defensive signals flashed by Zepeda. As the leadoff man, Matt Dean, will stand in. Already 1-0. Conference-wise, these two teams fighting to make their way out of the bottom. Pitch taken for a strike. Fridley sitting at 0-4, 1-4 for Spring Lake Park in conference play. And it's such a big conference in the North Suburban for baseball. There's a lot of teams ahead of them, and then the top team right now, Benilde St. Margaret's at 6-1. Runner goes to second base. The throw goes down there. It looked like it was in time and is in time. A great throw by Zepeda. A little high, but then a good job by the shortstop Weber to bring it down. Weber makes this play by quickly going up into the air to field it and then bringing it right down to tag Sanchez out and get him by half a slide. Runner at third base, 2 away. As Etherton looking in for a second and then step back out. Great play that time by Weber. Etherton will kick and fire. Pitch taken for a ball. It's 1-2. They'll take a clutch 2-out hit for Fridley to try and extend their lead. Etherton trying to strand a leadoff base runner. He's not going to do it as that one's laced down into shallow center field. Koss will pick it up, and across the plate comes Josh Huna, so manufacturing a run again. This time a big 2-out knock for Matt Dean. He's 2 for 2. As Etherton just couldn't get it past him. Left it chest high, and he took it out into center field. Now the number 2 hitter, Brandon Hodson. Sacrifice bunt on his ledger so far today. Close play over at first base. The throw came right in on the shoulder of Dean, the center fielder. Two 2-0 Fridley. Runner goes again. Zepeda throws this time too high and towards the right field side, so that'll turn into a stolen base for Matt Dean. And another runner in scoring position here in this second inning for the Fridley Tigers. Foul tip. Evens the count at 1-1. Since we started, the howling wind has died down just a bit. Still blowing in. Not quite as forcefully or as consistent as it was at the beginning of the game, as that one's lashed out towards center field. Koss coming on. They'll have to play it on the bounce. They're going to wheel the runner around third, and Koss overran the baseball. So he's going to score again. They were going to spin him all the way around anyway. But then the overrun lost any sort of play on Dean, and RBI single for Brandon Hodson. And again, these Fridley hitters taking the ball up in the zone from Etherton. Just going right back up the middle and dropping it into center field. Not hitting it hard, not hitting it deep. Just dropping it, finding the grass. And 6 singles, 2 sack bunts have manufactured 3 runs. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Foul tip in and out of the glove of the catcher. As Pat Whalen thought he was interfered with. They're going to say Whalen interfered with the catcher, and so they are going to call him out. So caught stealing instead of the stolen base, but 2 runs score on 3 hits in the inning for Fridley. And after 1.5, they lead it 3-0 on North Metro TV.
you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
for your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
Back with you at Spring Lake Park High School, and you take a look at the last play of the top of the second inning, and they call batter interference on a runner stealing second that then put the runner out for out number 3, and you saw that replay there as the first pitch is swung on and fouled back by Josh White for the Panthers. And the first thing that comes to mind is Zepeda didn't even have the ball in his glove with which to throw towards second base. So an interesting call by the referee. Make it the umpire. Wrong sport. Interesting call by the home plate umpire. And he did have to explain himself to Dan Nalepka, the head coach of the Tigers. Nalepka didn't make much of an issue of it as White flares it down the right field side. First baseman moving over. And it's up and out of play. And we'll do it again from 0-2. So 2 runs in the inning. Then it comes to a close for Fridley with that batter's interference. And they lead it 3-0. White, his first at bat. Flares that one out towards center field. Might carry too far and does. Out to Dean for out number 1. So the hits for Fridley, dropping it in front of the center fielder. Now the hits, as you see again, for the Panthers, just carrying too far. That was well struck. But line right to Dean. And he's also playing a couple of steps short out there in center field with the wind blowing in as it is. Josh White, the designated hitter, to bat from the left side. Brandon Hodson working quickly all throughout the day so far. Delivers it down low in the dirt. See everybody's pants billowing about out there. The wind rattles on. Pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-1. A single in the first, then a fielder's choice. Kept the runner at first base for Spring Lake Park before a strikeout looking into the inning. Ben's up and in. Josh Rowe out of the way. Talked about everybody looking up at Benilde St. Margaret's so far in conference. They're looking 9 wins overall. Rowe fouls it away. Be 2-2. 6-1 in conference play. Then a pair of teams, St. Francis and Totino Grace, tied at 5-2 in conference. 4 wins for Robbinsdale Cooper. St. Louis Park and Irondale hovering right around 500. Ground ball right back to the mound. A spin on top of the mound and the throw to first for Hodson, and there's 2 away quickly. 1-3 on the putout, and just nothing getting started for Spring Lake Park, excuse me. Hodson feels his position well. Caleb Axelson, the left fielder, takes a strike. A lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of early counts swinging so far against Hodson. And the left-hander, see there, doesn't take much time before he's standing right back up on the rubber and ready to deliver. Outside ball 1, it's 1-1. One upstairs. Defense rather shallow in center field Not too deep in right and left. Straight away and back on the infield. The 2-1 down in the dirt, ball 3. It's 3-1. Not many 3-ball counts for Hodson. Zepeda, the catcher on deck, hoping to get a chance with a runner on. Hodson delivers. It's in there for a strike. Full count now at 3-2. Wind that we talked about maybe having died down just a bit since the start of the game, picking up again here in this bottom of the second. Look at those pant legs, namely the pitcher Hodson whipping towards the plate as the 3-2 is fouled away. Another 3-2 to Axelson. Flown out towards right field. Right fielder started in, now ranging over to his left, and Wiggins settles under to make the catch. 1-2-3 go the Panthers in the second inning. And after 2 full, they trail it 3-0 to Fridley.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange. Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Back with you at Spring Lake Park High School. North Metro TV coverage of high school boys baseball. On a windy day, the Panthers find themselves down 3-0 heading to the top of the third inning. 3 runs on 4 hits for Fridley. No runs on 2 hits for Spring Lake Park thus far. Panthers trying to find a little consistency in this season. It's had streaks of 3 both ways, winning and losing. Fridley doing much of the same. Leading off this third inning will be Taylor Groth, the third baseman. So Groth, Green, and Bly to face Alex Etherton. First pitch swinging, popped high on the infield right side. Can't be easy. Second baseman moving over, still moving over, straddling the line. Eventually, Bratch makes the catch. Certainly not easy. Staring up into that sky today, and you'll see how much ground he covered from true second base all the way over. Called it about 5 steps from the line, and then finally made the catch there with just that 1 foot in foul territory. So with 1 down, Zach Green, the first baseman. Etherton. That big windup, fires inside and high for a ball. It's 1-0. Alex Etherton. Fun-looking deliveries. You see there, brings that left arm, that left elbow far towards the first base side as he rocks and fires outside for a ball. It's 2-0. Green and then Bly waiting. Watch him step back. There goes the elbow. Bring it all the way up towards the hat and deliver to the plate down low. A lot of moving parts to it, but a certain amount of flow to it as well. A 3-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Hasn't been hit hard today. 3 singles in the first to score a run. RBI single back in the second as well. Most just like that. Flared out towards right. That one, though, will carry all the way to Murphy. Maybe playing in a step or two. And there's two down, trying to take away those bloops that have fallen mainly in center field in front of Cause. So with two outs, Etherton trying to make his way through his first 1-2-3 inning. And already standing in Alex Bly, the catcher. Pop up again on the infield. We'll do this dance one more time with Bratch. This time on the grass, a couple of steps in. Got to settle under it even. Makes two of the putouts. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Etherton. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Still 3-0 Tigers over the Panthers.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
Back in Spring Lake Park, 3-0. Fridley Tigers leading. Panthers coming to bat for the third time today. They'll have the 8-9 and leadoff hitters here in the bottom of the third on North Metro TV. See if they can take some momentum from the defensive side that had their first 1-2-3 inning of the day against Fridley. Spring Lake Park High School, I mentioned in passing, there's been some renovations over the last year or so. Got a new storage facility down the left field line, donated by some local boosters and sponsors. Work on some of the turf in the infield as well as the pitching mound itself. You can get a look at the new facility down the left side. First pitch swung on and missed by Antonio Zepeda, the catcher. We saw Zepeda some last season as a freshman. Coach Mason very high on the upside for this young man as a high school baseball player. You saw his arm already throwing out one base runner. Takes a ball, it's even up at 1-1. See what he can eventually do with the stick. He's a right-handed hitter, pops it up right side, headed foul out of play, and it will bounce just foul. Thought maybe it's going to make its way to the road. Pick off a car on its way by. Young fan showing off the arm, fires it into the Fridley coaching staff. Only 1-2. Zepeda, Bratch, and then back to the top of the lineup and Sam Koss. Here in this bottom of the third inning, Panthers trying to find a way to scratch onto the scoreboard. Popped up, this one's coming straight back foul and out of play. That one into traffic again. Almost with a chance to catch a passerby unawares. Another 1-2. Zepeda again flared right side and again hooking foul and away. Stay with the trend. Nobody in danger that time driving by. See what Zepeda can do here. Fouling off 3 straight. 2 on the right side and 1 straight back. Outfield for Fridley has been playing tight towards the infield all game long with that wind blowing in. Knowing there's not going to be much chance for much to get over their head. They're going fishing. Zepeda swings and misses at the ball low and away. Fooled on that one. He strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Brandon Hodson. And Ryan Bratch will stand in. Bratch, the second baseman, sophomore as well. A little bit of a mix on this Spring Lake Park team. Some youth sprinkled in with a little bit of experience as Bratch takes a ball. It's 0-1. Bratch, in my mind, had a great defensive inning. You look at it, 2 pop flies to second, wouldn't seem anything out of the ordinary, but with the wind the way it's going today, anything up in the air, and those 2 are very high into the air. Anything into the air is going to be an adventure. Bratch was up to the task both times. Takes a strike. It's 1-1. Strike 2. Taken at the bottom end of the strike zone. Hodson again. He likes to work quickly. He's retired 5 in a row. A little fisting liner out towards second base, and Bratch is retired there. Barely got a piece of it. Pushed it out towards Bernard's. It's 2 away. Didn't have much of a chance from the get-go, and Bernard's right there positioned well. And now the leadoff hitter Koss is 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop. Left-hander delivers the fastball sailing down into the dirt. You can really see him rear back, put a little extra on that. Trying to get the first pitch fastball into Koss. So now 6 in a row retired by Hodson. Ground ball slowly up the first base side. This is a chance for Koss if it stays fair, but it's going to roll and roll foul. Just up the right side. The catcher Bly right there to pick it up, make sure it stays foul. Koss nearly the swinging bunt there. Oh, 1-1. Ground ball this time. Chopped to stay fair out towards second base on a short hop. Fires across his body, not in time to get Koss. An infield single for Sam Koss. Do or die play for Bernard's there at second base, having to come all the way to his right and in front of the second base bag, then make the tough throw across his body. And none of that even taking into account the fact that Koss is one of the faster players on the field. Now Aaron Murphy with a 2-out base runner. Breaking up that string of 6 in a row retired. Throw over to first by the left-hander. Keep a close eye on Koss. Murphy, the right fielder, singled back in the first. He's got the lone hit for the Panthers. He was erased on a fielder's choice. Hodson winds and fires. That one flared foul up and out of play. And he's ahead in the count 0-2. Green holding Koss on over at first base. From the windup, Hodson delivers low and inside off the glove of the catcher, and Koss alertly up to second base on the wild pitch. And now an RBI opportunity here in this 3-0 game to cut into it. Maybe chip away. This is one of the few openings that Hodson has allowed all game thus far. Now tying away outside to even the count at 2-2. Murphy being patient after going down in the count early. Spring Lake Park batters, especially this inning, shown the ability to fight Hodson off. That time, though, taking strike 3 called on the outside corner. Third strikeout for Hodson, the second caught looking. And after 3 full, 3-0, Fridley still leading Spring Lake Park on North Metro TV.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
On a windy day in Spring Lake Park, Alex Etherton back out there for the top of the fourth inning, trailing 3-0 to the Fridley Tigers. Offense, just a hit here and there for the Panthers. Unable to bring anything home. And it was a pair of run-scoring innings in the first and second for a 1-2-3 third for the Fridley Tigers. He scored 1 in the first and 2 in the second. Etherton, the righty, kicks and fires, ball down to the dirt. Skipped low. Zepeda couldn't short hop it. It'll be ball 1 at 1-0. Coach Mason, an assist to the umpire, who shows off the arm and flings it back out to the mound. Tigers looking for their 4th win of the season and trying to claim their first North Suburban Conference win. As Etherton had that one slip out of the hand and sail high. It'll be 2-0. It's Josh Huna, Mitch Bernards, and Brian Sanchez. As that one is flown out towards left center field. Center fielder Koss moving over, and he'll reach up and make the catch. Okay. 5 in a row. Retired now by Etherton. Good job to come back in that count after a couple of wild pitches outside the zone. The first 2 to go down 2-0. Good job tracking that one down by Koss. Righty kicks and fires, big swing and a miss out in front for Mitch Bernards. Laid down a sacrifice bunt in his only plate appearance of the day. And 0-1 in there at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2. Upstairs, just away for a ball. It's 2-1. Etherton rocks and fires. Ground ball on the right side. Second baseman Branch moves over to his right and loses the play as it trickles out in the right field. Just off the heel of his glove, so it will be a 1-out base runner on the E4. So slowly hit ball. So left fielder Sanchez will stand in as he takes a second look. Just didn't quite get all the way in front of it for Bratch. Got into that danger zone of half backhanding, half scooping. Quick throw over to first base, not in time. A dive back in for Mitch Bernards. So a runner on in every inning but the third now for Fridley. Pitch taken for a strike. A good one on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Etherton trying to fight through. The right-hander. Keep his team at least within striking distance. See if they can get the bats working against Hodson. Pitch taken for strike 2, and it's 0-2. Now he's going to have to work around an error. The 0-2 in there. Strike 3 called at the knees. Second punch out of the game for Alex Etherton. There's 2 down for Matt Dean at the top of the lineup. He's 2 for 2. A beautiful pitch. Just apparently not what Sanchez was looking for because he took it right down the heart of the plate at the knees. First pitch tailing away for a ball. It's 1-0. Pair of singles, pair of runs scored, and a stolen base for the center fielder and leadoff hitter for Fridley. Quick throw over to first. Gets past the first baseman, and that's going to allow the runner to go up to second base at least. He'll hold in there. So the E1 allows Mitch Bernards up to second. Trying to catch him with the quick play. Bernards dove back in, would have beaten it. But the throw then goes off the glove of Flink. And safely standing there goes Bernards. So now 1-0 with the runner in scoring position again. Lined out towards center field. Koss has to come in and make a play. On a dive, did he get it? And he did for out number 3, and Alex Koss saves a run for the Panthers that inning. So the defense giveth and taketh here in the 4th inning for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. After 3.5, as you take a look at the diving Alex Koss in center field, it's 3-0, Fridley with the lead.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
Headed to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Panthers trailing at 3-0. Got some great defense to keep it right there behind Alex Etherton, who will lead things off in this bottom of the 4th inning. The pitcher and third place hitter, then Ryan Flink and Josh White. First pitch up and away for a ball. It's been Brandon Hodson trying to make the early runs stand up for Fridley. And it's been Etherton now swinging the stick that's been ducking and dodging and diving out of the way of some trouble in all 4 innings. Holding his team still in it, though. Watches the ball outside. It's 2-0. Runners on in every inning but one. That was the third, a 1-2-3 frame. Etherton delivers down in the zone for a strike, and it's on, 2-1. That's Hodson delivering to Etherton, of course. Etherton watches down low for a ball. It's 3-1. Ahead in the count. He's 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice, and then was left at first base back in the 1st inning. Got a little dust in the eye. A lot of people dealing with that. The 3-1 fouled straight back to the screen. Good hack at that for Etherton. Now he's got the full count at 3-2. Full count pitch. Lashed out and towards left field. Left fielder started in, then goes back out and somehow makes the catch, flailing back to his right. What a play by Sanchez out there in left as he made it into a play. And just take a look. In, back, and then a dive and up to somehow make the adjustment and make that catch and take possible extra bases away from the Panthers and Alex Etherton. What a play. Ryan Flink now stands in. Sanchez, no doubt, just like he planned it. Flink takes the ball inside, spins away. Nearly lost that play, moving in a step. Then had to recover as Flink swings and misses on the 1-0. It's 1-1. Flink so far 0 for 1, struck out looking back in the first. 2 hits so far for the Panthers, a single by Murphy and a single by Koss. Pitch foul back. It's 1-2. Hodson has been stingy so far through 3. He hasn't faced the Panthers with any more than 1 runner on at any point. And the only runner to reach second base came on his wild pitch. Ball fouled down the left field side and all the way up out of play across the road. At least towards the road. Left-handed Flink will stand back in. A count of 1-2. Popped up foul this time, straight back and out of play. Towards the softball diamond. There's some action over there. Panther softball as well. Another 1-2. Last 2 innings, the Panthers have been fouling off a lot of pitches from Hodson. That one, though, roped down the right field line. That's going to be fair for a base hit. Flink will turn and hang on at first base. So finally got a pitch that he could handle. That one way down in the zone. Kept the hands inside. Got the bat head on it and just pulled it fair. Past the first baseman and out into right field. So another base runner. Another single. This time with 1 out for Josh White, the sophomore infielder, to see what he can do. Big swing and a miss at a breaking ball. How big is that play in left field now? Might have scored a run for the Panthers. If that gets up and over the head of Sanchez, Etherton's at least at second base. And 0-1. Taken down to the dirt. Ball 1, 1-1. See if they can get Hodson out of his comfort zone. As mentioned, yet to face a batter with more than 1 runner on as the pitch is taken for a strike. And it's 1-2. Left-hander Hodson checks it first, delivers, ground ball down towards third base. Up with it, Groth goes to second for 1, return throw to first. Not in time, just by a step, so they stay out of the double play. Check that. Well, he is out at second base. They did make that call. But the runner is safe at first, so Flink is retired 5-4. And then on the fielder's choice to first base goes White with 2 down. So still no more than just a single runner on for Hodson. Still just 1 runner reaching second base as Josh Rowe stands in. He's 0 for 1. Hodson delivers at the knees. Check that, just below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. Panthers are going to have to come up with a big hit at some point. If not, string a few together. Just find their way onto the scoreboard in this one. Taken for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Josh Rowe, the designated hitter. Caleb Axelson waiting to get a chance on deck. Lefty Hodson, a quick check of first, delivers. Ball reached for and grounded foul up the first base line. 1-2. Ground ball this time fair down the first base side through the wickets of the first baseman Green. A big turn at second and a hang on there. Now there's 2 on. The E3 will allow 2 to reach for Caleb Axelson. And now your first prime chance to come up with that big clutch hit. Get your team on the scoreboard. Axelson so far 0 for 1. He flew out to right field. Hodson, his first adversity here today. His second runner at second base, delivers up high for a ball. It's 1-0. You got the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. He love to just make it the 7-hitter with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Check swing and a ball up high. Ball 2. It's 2-0. Remember the center fielder, he's been creeping in all game out there at Dean. He's taking a couple of hits away from the Panthers. Big hole on the right side with the second baseman Bernard's close to the bag. As a strike is delivered, it's 2-1. Keep an eye on Bernard's, who's keeping a close watch on White out there at second. No matter what it does to the pitcher, you get a runner at second base. It can change the defense and open up some holes. Right now, there's a big one the opposite way for Axelson. He was right on that, but fouled it back. And it'll be 2-2. Again, the right side wide open. The opposite way. Second baseman bails back over there as the pitch is bailing outside. And it's a full count at 3-2. Hodson. So far the pitch of the afternoon for him to see if he either gets out of this or extends the inning. The lefty checks, delivers, runner goes, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Hodson orders up his 4th punch out of the day and strands 2 runners on for the Panthers. The clutch hit not there just yet for Spring Lake Park. And after 4, it's 3-0 Fridley, and this is how we got there. Fridley Tigers scoring early, taking advantage of the 1-base hit. They've got 1 in the 1st, then they come back in the 2nd inning. Got an RBI single off the bat of Matt Dean to drive home the 2nd run of the day. And then Dean would come back and score himself off of a Brandon Hodson single, the pitcher helping himself out with that single. And then the defense. There's been some good defense for the Panthers. You see that catch in left field, and that really saved the day in that inning, or there might have been a runner on second base to start. That's how we are where we are in the top of the 5th inning. 3-0 Fridley with the lead on North Metro TV.
This broadcast is brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. Contact your local Nationwide Insurance agent, Twin Cities Insurance Group. Your Exchange check cashing. We buy gold at your exchange. Charlie Walker Companies. I know a guy. They can handle all of your exterior needs.
Back in Spring Lake Park, North Metro TV coverage of high school boys baseball. As it's a windy day, but fans are braving the conditions to watch the Panthers so far. Are out hitting Fridley, but just not coming up with the clutch hit. Brandon Hodson keeping them off balance. And now we'll see if Alex Etherton can again do what he's been doing, and that's keep his team right in it. Etherton, the right-handed starter, so far those 3 runs allowed. He stranded a few runners as well. 2 in the 1st left on, and 1 in the 4th inning. First pitch swinging, grounded down towards first base. Brandon Hodson, the opposite pitcher. He'll jog it out, but a 3 unassisted is out number 1. And now Pat Whalen will stand in. Whalen, he's 1 for 2. He was up at the plate when craziest play of the day happened. As he took a ball, the runner was going down to second. Batter interference was issued. Whalen was sat down to end the inning. He takes a strike. Left-handed designated hitter drove home a run back in the 1st. Ground ball this time on the right side. Bratch over to it. This time he got in front, settled his body, throws the first in time. A 4-3 put out. 3 pitches so far for Etherton, and he's certainly doing his job. He's had a couple of softly hit balls that have scored against him. Big rip by the DH. That time Bratch, who we've seen make an error in this game, got his body all the way squared in front of it to make sure that wouldn't happen twice, and fired to first. So 2 down quickly for Taylor Groff, who's 1 for 2. Ball picked out of the dirt on the outside. It's 1-0. Some soft hit singles just finding their way into the outfield. All Etherton's allowed so far. That one ripped out towards left field. Not cut off. That one's going to roll to the wall. Axelson couldn't quite get there. It's all the way to the base of the wall. Motoring around second base is Groth. He's going to try and head for third. The throw's going to beat him by a mile. Groth, a double, tried to stretch it to a triple, and he has thrown out a great relay coming in. Axelson to Weber to White, and the runner is cut down to end the inning. So a double, but then 7, 6, 5 on the putout. As you take a second look at the reason this inning is coming to a close. A great base hit. Axelson can't quite cut it off, so he is in pursuit. The ball rolls all the way to the base of the wall, and then you see the throw come home to end the inning. After 4.5, 3-0. Spring Lake Park trailing on North Metro TV.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy.
for your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy.
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy. I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
Back with you at Spring Lake Park High School. An outbait on the bases ends the top of the 5th inning. Keeps it at 3-0. 3 hits so far. Excuse me, to 6 hits for Fridley. 3 hits for the Panthers. So they had a single in the first, a single in the third, and a single in the fourth. Now Alex Etherton, excuse me, it's Antonio Zepeda leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Still against the left-hander Hodson. Swing and a miss for strike 2. It's 0-2. Hodson has been equal to the task certainly today. At one point, he retired 7 straight. Make it 6 straight before a single in the third. Again, struck out another Panther as it's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, 1 to end the 4th and 1 to start the 5th. 5 punch-outs for Hodson. Certainly had Zepeda guessing throughout that at-bat. Swing and a miss. That time the fastball dialed up on the outside corner past the bat of Ryan Bratch. The second baseman is 0 for 1, popped out to second base. Winded fire outside for a ball. Catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Grounded softly back towards the pitcher. Hodson up with it over to first in time. Thought that play might get away from Hodson, as you see just a moment's hesitation coming down the mound, but then he does corral it with 2 hands. Key there to make sure it wasn't going to get away, and fires over to first. Top of the lineup now for Sam Koss, who's 1 for 2. Big swing and a miss. Fastball tailing away from the left-handed hitter. time. The high fastball up on the heat, dialed up, is certainly Brandon Hodson. Saved a little on the MPH here for later in the game. 0-2. Started to check, took it away for a ball. It's 1-2. Good eye. 3-0. Fridley has led since the second inning. You see the check swing. Kept it all the way back nearly on that left shoulder. As the 1-2 pitch comes low and away that time to even it up at 2. Pitch swung on, flared out towards left field. Sanchez to make a play with the ball in the air again. This time he can't make the miraculous play. Drops past him, headed towards second base, standing up his cause. And you can see it's just an adventure out there for outfielders, infielders, everyone alike. And that ball had Sanchez turned around, and he could not make the miraculous recovery twice. So Koss on base. Tough one. I don't know if he ever even got a glove on that. We'll call it a wind-aided hit. First pitch is fouled up and out of play by Aaron Murphy. So again, the Panthers find themselves in a situation. They need a clutch hit with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position at second base. After strikeout, ground out. The wind-aided double out to left field. And now Aaron Murphy, who so far is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Single would go a long way. That time a check swing fouled, and 0-2. Koss very speedy out there at second base. Talked about the Panthers, even in losses, scoring a bunch of runs over the last few games since being shut out for the first time. Trying to avoid a second shutout on the season. Ground ball, left side, shortstop. They're waiting for it. Huna up over to first. A stretch and just in time. 6-3 put out, strands another runner for the Panthers. They've stranded a runner in each of the last 3 innings and in 4 of the 5. After 5 full, the Panthers still trailing. Fridley 3-0 on North Metro TV.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Spring Lake Park still looking for their first runs as we head to the top of the 6th inning. They'll be on defense here behind Alex Etherton, who allowed 3 runs in the first 2 innings to Fridley. Since then, worked out of a few jams, shut the Tigers down. The Panthers shut down themselves by Brandon Hodson on the other side. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Groth, Bly, and Huna. Coach Dan Nalepka and the Fridley Tigers trying to get their first conference victory here today. Panthers looking for their second, and at the very least trying to avoid their second shutout of the season. Breaking ball eases into the strike zone for strike 1. So Etherton, since he allowed the 2 runs in the second that made it 3-0. No runs and just a single hit, and that was the double that then was erased at third base. There's a high fly ball out towards left, and this time the left fielder Axelson able to track it down. Less adventurous, though still Slightly adventurous as he had to reach up while running back. Got back to the spot, then a couple of back pedals. Half turn around and made the catch over the opposite shoulder. One away for Alex Bly. 6 fly ball outs. That one lined into left, won't be caught. Down the line, Axelson can't cut it off. It's going to roll all the way into the corner. See if the Tigers learn their lesson, and Bly is going to spin at second base, and he'll stop right there. Satisfied with a double with 1 out. So there's just the second hit since the second inning for Fridley. And just their third base runner. Placed well, and Axelson well off the line. Couldn't get to it to cut it off and hold it to a 1-base hit. It's the second time in as many innings we've seen the double twos of Axelson chasing towards the wall. And Bly coasting into second base with the double. And Josh Cuna, excuse me. Check at second, delivery, ground ball back up the middle. The shortstop, Weber on the run, fires to first low, but picked out in time. Good play on the back end by Ryan Flink. And there's 2 away with the runner moving up. Big time to get an out right here for the Panthers. Don't want to go down anymore, especially the way the hits and the offense has come at a premium with only 6 outs to work with. Mitch Bernards, he's 0 for 1, reached on an error and a sacrifice bunt to his credit. Ground ball down towards third. Have to make a long play to first. Not in time as it wasn't even scooped out, so the run will come home on the infield single by Bernards. Plays that well. Josh White had to come a long way in to try and make the play. And Bernards down the line quickly, able to beat it out. He beat it anyway without the missed scoop on the ball in the dirt. So there's a runner on at first base. The ball delivered outside to Brian Sanchez. Double infield single. The ground out mixed in to move the runner 90 feet. Now it's 4-0. Pitch flailed at and missed. It's 1-1. Fridley expands their lead. Swing and a miss, hit a ball outside. They're 1-2. High fly out towards right field. Murphy settling underneath it, right on the grass, and dirt cut makes the catch. But a double and a single do the damage. And after 5.5, Fridley now takes a 4-0 lead to the bottom of the 6th.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Fridley leading Spring Lake Park 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alex Etherton, Ryan Flink, and Josh White to lead things off. Etherton pops it up foul and out of play. back behind the plate. It'll be 0-1. Hodson. There's another pitch is fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Brandon Hodson. Only time he allowed 2 runners on base at the same time was back in the 4th inning. Single, fielder's choice, error. Put 2 on with 2 outs, and then he got a strikeout of Caleb Axelson to wriggle off the hook. 0-2 is upstairs for balls 1-2. He allowed a single in the 1st, a single in the 3rd, and a double back in the 5th inning. Just the 4 hits thus far. Check swing did go all the way around. Axelson couldn't hold up. Strikeout number 6 now for Hodson. He's looking for 4 more outs in the victory. Still has to go through the heart of the order. Starts with Ryan Flink right here, the first baseman. 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. 3 over the course of the first 2 innings for Fridley. Took command of this game early, then just tacked on in the top of the 6th inning. High fly out towards left center field, sending Dean well back into the gap. Says he has it and does make the catch. So Brandon Dean been playing shallow most of the game with the wind blowing in. That time proves he has the wheels to get back on the ball, as that was stroked well out to the gap. Just too high to drop. Josh White now 0 for 2, did reach on a fielder's choice. Also flew out to center field. Looking to extend this bottom of the 6th inning for the Panthers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Not the easiest conditions of anybody out there. Fielders especially. There's been a lot of fly ball putouts. So hats off to the fielding both ways. Breaking ball. Died right before the plate. White swung through and missed, so it's 0-2. I think Brandon Hodson right now getting the nod as the outstanding player of the day. He's had that outside corner to work with. That time just missed, and it's 1-2. Ball foul down towards 3rd. Stay there at 1-2. Nobody on, 2 outs. Panthers down to their last 4 outs. Trailing it by 4. Had some chances. That one's fisted down the right field line. First baseman makes a leap. It might have turned out to be unnecessary, but he gets there, and a fist pump from Hodson to get himself out of the inning. His defense helps behind a 1-2-3-6. Then we go to the 7th with Panthers trailing 4-0. The Fridley Tigers on North Metro TV.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
for your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Back in the top of the 7th inning on North Metro TV, 4-0 Fridley. A chance to add on here one more time. And the Panthers will have one more crack at, you would think, Brandon Hodson. He's gone solidly through 6. Still Alex Etherton firing for the Panthers. Gets it on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Facing Zach Green as the leadoff hitter. Takes it outside for a ball. It's 2-1. Check that, it's Matt Dean leading off. Dean grounds the ball down towards shortstop. A high throw, but picked down by Flink, and there's one away. 6-3 on the putout. Dean now 2 for 4. Scored in each of his first 2 at-bats. Big reason this game is the way it is. Dean, though, can't beat that one out. And now Brandon Hodson, the pitcher, will stand in. He's helped himself out, an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. First pitch swinging, pops it straight up, shallow on the infield. Second baseman all the way in. Bratch makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Both teams have gone quickly for the most part of the last 3 innings. We'll see what the Panthers have in store in the 7th. Their last go-round. Pat Whalen, first pitch swing, fouls it hard across the street. Whalen, the junior designated hitter, 1 for 2 today. 1 for 3 make that. With a single left at second base back in the 1st. Ground ball right side this time. Bratch up with it over to first in time before 3 put out. So Etherton holds the line again. He's allowed 4 runs in this game, and now the Panthers have to try and come back and get them all. At the bottom of the 7th, down 4-0 to the Fridley Tigers on North Metro TV.
Get your summer off to a flying start. Discover Aviation Days, Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd at the Blaine Airport.
Join Ben Hale and Danica Peterson every Friday on North Metro TV News.
The 6, 7, and 8 hitters scheduled. Rowe, Axelson, and Zepeda as the last hope to get things started for the Panthers. Down 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. At Spring Lake Park High School, 7 hits for Fridley. They've made them count against Alex Etherton. He pitched very well from the 3rd through the 5th inning. Allowed an insurance run in the 6th on a double and a 2-out single. But 0 from the bats of the Panthers thus far. So it's got to start with Josh Rowe, the DH. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error back in the 4th inning, grounded out back in the 2nd. He'll hit from the left side against the left-handed Brandon Hodson. Certainly had himself a game here today. Working on 6 strikeouts so far. And a 4-hit shutout. First pitch swinging. Up and out of play. He's gotten a lot of early strike ones. Panthers have made him work in a number of innings, especially late. 4th and the 6th come to mind. A lot of foul balls during the at-bats. Certainly eager to swing. That one, check swing, popped up foul, left side. Make it to the road and roll its way across. It's 0-2. Hodson, the left-hander, spending a lot of time ahead in the count today. 4-0. Fridley with the lead. That time falling off the mound, he delivers a ground ball down towards first base. Green up with it easily over to the bag in time. 3 an assist, and there's 1 down. Caleb Axelson, the left fielder. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Nobody out on deck just yet for the Panthers. Zepeda is scheduled. Now he makes his way out to the on-deck circle. Needs some runners. Fouled straight back and right off the post. 0-1. Panthers trying to effect the comeback here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hodson delivers. That one's reached for. Fouled right side. Should hook out a play, and it does. Just get to the street on the far side. It's 0-2. Nothing but strikes here in the 7th inning for Brandon Hodson. He has had 2 runners against him reach second base. Make it 3, excuse me. Gave up that wind-aided double in the 5th. Single in a wild pitch. Put a runner at second in the 3rd. Fielder's choice error. Put a runner at second base in the 4th. And that was the only time he's faced 2 runners on today. Hodson rocks and fires. Axelson swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the 7th strikeout of the day puts him 1 out away from a victory. Only thing standing in his way, Antonio Zepeda, who has struck out twice before. 2 outs, nobody on. Panthers on the brink of their 2nd shutout of the season, while the Tigers are looking for their first North Suburban Conference victory. First pitch fouled out of play again. The Panthers just unable to completely handle the offerings from Hodson. He adjusts his hat. Always has ball and glove with hand dangling. Then brings it up and delivers inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. He's been ahead 0-2 on every single batter in this bottom of the 7th. Working on a 4-hit shutout. Wind picks up yet again. The 0-2 swung on, lifted out towards right field. Right fielder moving in, calling everybody off. Now the second baseman reaches up, and Bernards will end the game with the pop out to shallow right field. Final score 4-0. The Fridley Tigers come in and take care of business. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. No runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Your winning pitcher is Brandon Hodson, going 7 innings and 7 strikeouts. Alex Etherton takes the loss. 4-0. Panthers shut out for the 2nd time. For everyone with North Metro TV, I'm J.W. Cox. Thanks for watching.